What's up, my people? Today is Tuesday. I got my shy tea. If you don't know, I live in Cali, Colombia. Been here for about 3 years. And yes, welcome to my podcast. My name is Darcy. This is Off the Dome podcast. We speak off the dome. We are an authentic podcast. We really try to just speak from our head because a lot of times these days people look to others for answers, look to AI for answers, and we need to be able to have our own thoughts, our own opinions, and be able to explain them thoroughly to others. And that's what this really is about. And we're going to talk about, my life here in Cali. Like I said, I had shy tea today. Not coffee, not yet at least, hopefully. I'm trying a shy tea today because, man, yesterday was a holiday in Colombia. And, the day after a holiday is always the toughest because you got to get up, you enjoying that nice holiday, relaxing, man. It's just like, dang, I got to work tomorrow. So today was kind of rough already. I got more classes tonight, but I was like, let me get this shy tea, hopefully wake me up, hopefully get me going. But since my time in Colombia, man, before Colombia, I didn't even drink coffee, bro. Like, coffee was not in my vocabulary. I wasn't afraid of it. I was like, coffee, okay, that's cool, ha ha ha. But man, since I've been here, it's just so common, like they offer you coffee for free. They just say coffee. They drink coffee 3 times a day. Coffee when it's cold. Coffee when it's hot. Coffee in the morning. Coffee at night. And so it's the culture. So you get used to it. And since I've been here, I've been drinking 1 per week. Then soon, 2 per week. Then I start walking to Starbucks. Then all of a sudden, I'm drinking coffee almost every day. The days I'm not drinking coffee are the days where I really have like an off day or a chill day. But if I have a busy schedule, I'm drinking coffee. But today we got a shy tea, so hopefully it helps me. Hopefully, I just don't want to drink coffee. Like, it's already 4 o'clock and I don't try to be up all night. I'm just not trying to do that. So, yeah. But enough about me. Today's topic is specifically about why you should not visit Cali, Colombia. This is going to be an unpopular opinion, maybe. But as for someone who's lived here for almost 3 years, I have a little bit of experience. I'm not going to, brag. Nah, I'm not going to brag. But, I have some experience here. You trust me. Trust me. You can trust me because I know the language. That's a big thing. People who come here, they don't know the language. I know the language. I know the people. I have Colombian friends, Not a lot, but, they come and go. And I'm here to say Cali is a place you don't need to visit. Like, if you want to live in a city, Cali is a city for you. So if you want to live in a city in Colombia, I suggest Cali. But if you want to visit a place in Colombia, I don't suggest Cali, unfortunately. Many people are going to be mad at me about this, but this is how I feel. Even after almost 3 years in Colombia, if I said to myself, do I want to go visit Cali? I'm not really sure I would visit Cali. I live here, I love it here, yes. But for me, when I want to visit a place, I want a place that has good tourist things to do. Maybe it has good nature. Maybe some events going on, some museums, some parks, and that's what I look for. So when I look at a city like Medellin, obviously Medellin is amazing. It's a bigger city, metropolis. So it's hard to compare Medellin, Cali, even Bogota. Bogota is the capital, so you can't argue with a capital city because a capital city, they're going to put money there. Obviously, that's where all the workers are going to go. So, it's hard to compare. Each city has its own pros and cons. But I truly believe it's amazing to live here. But to visit here, I don't think you're going to get the full experience. That's why I say don't visit. If you're going to visit Cali, visit for a month, visit for 2 months. If you can, 3. The longer you stay, the longer you're going to enjoy it. I'll say that. Because, okay, we can go through the list of things to do in Cali as a tourist, and I'm gonna see what you think. I'm gonna see what you think. And disclaimer: I'm not gonna know everything there is to do in Cali, but obviously the first thing, salsa dancing. You dance in salsa. You go take some classes. You go watch a show. You go to the salsa street, la calle de la salsa, salsa de sabor, calle de sabor. That's in the boulevard. Friday night, calle de la salsa, salsa street. People dancing, people having a good time. It's packed. People just listen to the same 10 salsa songs, but for them it feels like it's a brand new song. That blows me, bro. I never get over that. And I will say that experience is amazing. Like, if you're only here for a few days, boom. You focus on the salsa aspect of Cali, boom. Cali is a salsa capital of the world. So, Friday night, boom, Salsa Street. Saturday night, boom, Topo Talandra. Sunday night, boom, Topo Talandra again. Honestly, I don't even know, but if you are looking to dance, looking to learn about the salsa culture, the music culture, then okay. I can see why you want to visit Cali. I can see that Cali is going to be very beneficial for you. You're going to have things to do always, and there's going to be many sights to see. If you're looking for some nature, there's Ponce. There's some great areas around Cali. But inside Cali, inside the city, where you can just, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, I will say it's very difficult to find a place of nature that is exciting. A place you would want to go and be like, man, take pictures here. There's some viewpoints. There's some hikes. Tres Cruces is a popular hike in Cali. It's not easy. Is like there's two paths. There's a walking path, which is really easy. There's the stairs, which is really tough. I did the stairs, and man, I remember I was going up the stairs like, y'all do this every day, bro. It's hard. Obviously, after 2 weeks, you get used to it. I was going for 2.5 months, going twice a week, and I loved it. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that is something you have to do if you're gonna visit Cali. If you live in Cali, then it's awesome. It's incredible. You get to see the city. You hang out with people. People go at night. People go in the morning. So it is awesome to do that. But I'm not gonna sit here and say, man, you come to Cali for 3 days, you gotta go to Tres Cruces. You got you don't It's cool. It's cool. And Ponce is the only nature place. And Ponce is nice also, but it's a pretty public river. I don't think I need to say anything. For me, it's okay, I'm saying, if you live in Cali, go to Ponce, that's fire, get some water, get out in the nature, get wet, get a little refreshing. But if you're here for 3 days, I'm not gonna sit here and say, yeah, go to Ponce, you gotta go, I just don't see the fact that the exciting factor of it for a tourist. Me being a foreigner, I don't see that exciting factor. So that's why I say that. Obviously, living in Cali, I like to go to Ponce. I like Ponce. I think it's a great thing for the city. It's a great for Cali because, yeah, Cali is really city. It's not a lot of green areas. Luckily, by my house, there's a nice little, not even a big park, but it's still, got some trees, got some shade. And I'm grateful because I'm dang, I can't imagine not having this in front of my house because there's not really much green in the city. Outside the city, obviously, boom, a lot. So, yeah, the nature parts aren't really as exciting as if I were to go to Pereira. You gotta go to Pereira. I'll tell you to go to Pereira before you come to Cali, bro. Pereira, you got the Termales. Pereira, you got Salento, Valle Corcora, and you got all those coffee little towns. You could really enjoy yourself in those towns more than you enjoy yourself in Cali. You feel the nature. So yeah, I also say Cali isn't really a place to visit because obviously with safety and all that. I'm not gonna get into safety really much because every place is difficult. Um, sorry, they're just texting me. Every place is difficult, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you get robbed, bro, I'm sorry, that's on you, bro. That's on you, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I hate to be that guy, but you just gotta be aware, bro. I haven't got robbed. No one's ever tried to rob me. I just look like, okay, like, you know, I'm not gonna be like, oh. But yeah, man, for me, Cali is a great city. You know, I've lived here for many, many months. And I will say, if you want to live in a city, you know, you want to grow in a city, this city is going to be beautiful for you. It's authentic. People are nice, people are warm, people are welcoming. It's not such a big city where, you know, people are always stressed out. People have time to chill, people have time to party, people have time to eat good food, have a barbecue, dance. You know, dancing is so popular here. Um, and I'm grateful that I chose this city. I love Cali, Colombia. I hope I never leave Cali, Colombia. It's done so many blessings for me that I can never say thank you enough, because I truly love how I feel in this city and what this city gives me, you know. Um, but for foreigners, I will say it's more just, it's just, you know, it's cool. You know, it's cool. You know, like, if I tell you other places, if you're my friend, I'm like, yo, Darcy, I'm trying to go to Colombia. Where should I go? I'm gonna tell you, okay, visit me. You know, I'm gonna help you out, obviously. But you know, I'm gonna say Medellin, just because it's a metropolis, it's a big city. When I was there, there's just so many things to do as a tourist. It's just like, wow, I'm kind of overwhelmed. You know, when I was over there for like 3 days, you know, I didn't go to Guatape. You know what I'm saying? Um, Medellin, boom, Pereira. I already told you Pereira. Like for me, Valle Coqueta, unmatched, fireplace. Medellin, Pereira. I mean Santa Marta. I never been to Santa Marta, but I want to go there. San Andres. Where else? Cartagena. I mean Cartagena. You know that's almost too touristy. Less touristy nation, and for me, I'm just not. I'm not rocking with it. Like it's just too expensive for what? Like Colombia should not be that expensive. And the other places, you know, they're not as touristy. You know, I also forgot Bogota. I'm not a fan of Bogota. I've never been there, but I just don't like the cold weather. I don't like traffic. I guess I need to see it for my own eyes to have a real opinion about it. But I'm never gonna go. Like I'm never gonna go there. I'm never gonna go there, and I'm okay with that. So I want people to understand, like, if you go to Cali, like, it's okay if you don't go to Cali. Like, it's okay. You know, maybe it might not be for you because you're just passing by. But if you're gonna try and stay in a city to live, even for 3 months, a year, 6 months, I suggest Cali. Cali is that one. You know, it's gonna give you what you want. It's a great city to live, not to visit. Not to visit. I'll be honest. So yeah, man, that's all I have to say today. Take my opinion, don't take my opinion. It's your life, your free will. Do what you want. But if you want to have some advice, if you want more suggestions, like, comment, maybe I'll give you some more, see how you feel. And yeah, that's really all I have to say today. You know, I love you guys. I'm not a hater. I love Colombia. I just have to be real, man. Like, you know, people always say, "Oh, come to Cali," but really, like, I just don't see, like, go to Cali. Okay, I'm here. Like, I'm here. Hello, I'm here. Like, that's how I feel sometimes. So, you know, this is also, you know, you have to really find people. You know, go out, meet people, search for things to do. Because yes, even though the city isn't touristy, even not talking about Cali, even if a city is not touristy, like that doesn't mean it's you shouldn't visit. You know, I guess I should say that because obviously every city there's something to do, something special, and it depends on who you know, who you can network with. And sometimes if that's possible, it makes it a lot easier, but sometimes it's not possible. So if it's not possible, I recommend you just, you know, if you can, pull up Salsa Street, dip. Not, you don't need to do nothing else. Nothing else. So I ended there. Off the dome. We out. Until next time, I'm gonna see you soon. Okay? I love you. Peace.